Cloudcast Media.
Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, and you're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. My co-host is Sophia Lee. She's a student filmmaker. So cool to have in the studio with us today some of the brain trust of the USD Burnham-Moores Center for Real Estate Students. We got Grace Cassar. Did I pronounce your name correctly? Is that right, Grace? I did. Okay, very, very good. We got Brynn, Schuler, and Danielle Dobler. We'll start with you on this, Grace. So what year are you in school?
I am a senior.
What got you interested in doing this Center for Real Estate at the Burnham-Moores Center?
Well, when I started college, I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to pursue. I knew I liked business, but I actually got interested in the real estate program, hearing about it, friends of friends, and I took a class with Professor John Demas, and he really sold me on the program and everything it could offer me.
All right, sounds good. And so with you, Danielle, you are from where do you come from?
I'm from Tacoma, Washington.
Oh, very good. Okay. Yes. And then what got you down to USD?
I actually was interested in going to school in San Diego because my dad used to live down here, and he always talked about his love for San Diego. And I wanted to escape the rain. So I decided that University of San Diego, knowing their strong finance and real estate program, was good for me.
Right, and you have escaped the rain. In fact, maybe a lot of it in our drought situations over here. And Brynn, how about you? Where do you hail from?
Yeah, so I'm also from the Tacoma, Washington area.
Did you guys know each other?
No, but it's kind of funny because she lives like 10 minutes away from my grandparents.
Is that right? Okay. And what brought you down to USD? Same thing?
Kind of similar. Obviously, the weather, right? Who wouldn't want to live in San Diego? It's always 70 degrees and sunny, almost year round, right? So it's a nice change from the rainy Washington State weather. And then also the real estate program drew me down to USD for sure. Right.
So all of it interested in real estate. Okay. Sophia, you got a question for Grace?
Yeah. So what's it like being at USD's real estate program?
Fantastic would be my one-word answer. USD's, I believe that the real estate program at USD is the best major in the school. I think they have all the resources that you could possibly want as a student, and it's in your hands to take advantage of all of them. From the advisors who you can meet with pretty much at any moment, send them an email if something urgent comes up, to just like the wonderful professors who really care about your education and pretty much what knowledge you gain. It's a pretty fantastic program to be part of, and I found a lot of friends as well through it.
How much did you know about real estate before you took the program?
Not much.
Except that it involved a house or property or something like that. Is that right?
Yeah, my parents dabble with some investing, so I grew up just around kind of business talk and investment talk, but I definitely was not able to calculate an NPV. So,
very good. So Danielle, let me ask you this: what am I pronouncing it? Is it NAIOP? How do you pronounce it?
NAIOP.
NAIOP. So talk about NAIOP and the University Challenge. What is that all about?
Yes. So all 5 of us here with 3 other students are competing with San Diego State and University of California, San Diego in a competition where we develop the best use of a site that judges give to us. And this year, it's a 25-acre site in Mid-City, San Diego.
So how does that work? What do you have to do?
So we essentially have to create the best use for it, making sure it's financially feasible. And a lot of that comes down to having tenants, speak to them, see construction costs, just overall plans within the city as well to kind of best.
Does it focus on residential? Is it business? Is it mixed use? Is it?
So that's kind of where we come in and we decide what we think is best use. So right now it's all retail, but not quite sure how much we want to talk about what we see being best use in that area, just because we still are in the competition.
There'll be no spoiler alerts on this show. I'll tell you that right now. So Brynn, you enjoying the same experience that your colleagues are?
Yes, for sure. It's been one of the best experiences I've had at USD because it's giving you like real world experience. Like we're out talking to industry professionals almost every day, hopping on calls, meeting them in person. So it's really like going through what developers go through when they're making real projects.
Right.
And so we're kind of at the point where we have our concept kind of like where we want it to be. We kind of know what we're going to do with the property. So now it's just figuring out what tenants we're going to fill in, making sure they're like verbally agreeing to come to our site if they were to hypothetically redevelop this site in real life.
Right.
And then just running the financials, making sure it makes sense to build what we're trying to do.
So talk about the collaboration. We'll start with you on this, Brynn. Obviously, you guys get along. You can tell in about 5 seconds over here. You did not know each other when you first started this. You've grown together. What have you liked most about this?
I definitely like the team aspect of it because I knew most of the members on the team, but we've definitely grown a lot closer together because we're spending so much time together. And also, everyone has their expertise in different areas. So everyone brings something to the table that contributes to the project. And I think that's pretty cool to see happen.
What's your expertise that you're bringing?
I am on the Excel side. So I'm running the financials and doing the like quantitative analysis.
And was that something you enjoyed doing before you came to this real estate center or no, I sort of grew into it?
Well, before college, I didn't even know what Excel was or how to use it, let's be honest. So I think just through my coursework and internship experience, I kind of was drawn to it. Like I always was, math came easy to me. And then I kind of just enjoy playing around in the different models.
Okay.
So.
Sophia, you got a question for Danielle or for Grace?
This is really for anyone as it relates to NAIOP, but it sounds like you guys are doing more than just selling properties, which is what somebody would typically think of when they hear real estate. So can you kind of take us through the process? What are the different types of real estate that you're learning? And then how does that help you as you move into the industry?
Yeah, go ahead, Grace.
Okay, awesome. I can take that one. So, I mean, it's really diverse in terms of what we're learning about. In terms of the project, it depends on what the team wants to bring onto the property. And so really your exposure to the different real estate product types depends on what you're integrating into the site. So it could range anywhere from, a life science property to, single tenant retail. So it really gives you a broad exposure to all the different product types and allows you to talk to, the product specialists in the market if you're interested. And we learn a bunch of different product types as well in our different classes with different scenarios.
Yeah, so Danielle, let me ask you this, and almost on that same vein that Sophia's asking, you're talking about different product types. Are you learning things from environmental landscape to holistic things or sunspots or whatever the case may be?
Yeah, we've gotten a really good opportunity of dabbling into a little bit of everything in real estate. So biggest obviously being the development side, and then just looking at environmental, understanding maybe the community plans and also different programs that we might be able to fund our capital stack on. So we've been exposed to a lot of professionals in the industry. So to list it all out would be a lot, but a lot of time on phone calls and Zooms.
Right. Now, so let me ask you this, Brynn. During the coursework, we all know that in San Diego, and it's a little controversial. I have my own opinion about this, but this is about you guys, is about affordable housing, which I think everyone, certainly nothing wrong with affordable housing, except when you build apartment complexes in the backyard of somebody's house, and now you can't have any parking on it. Do you guys go through those things as well? Are you aware of what's going on in San Diego County?
I mean, I'm aware generally of what's going on in San Diego County. Like, obviously, housing is a big issue right now, and affordable housing. I would say I learned that through my internship experience more than through my coursework.
Right.
However, that's been a huge topic of debate for us through this NAOP project. Is obviously some sort of housing is going to have to be incorporated because there's just demand for it.
Right.
Like, everyone needs a roof over their head.
Right. Well, there was a great photo in the Union Tribune. I used to work for the newspaper, and it showed in this one lot that had a 1,000 square foot house. They built a 16-unit apartment complex. And when you see this, you go, are you kidding me? And then the city council goes, I think we went too far on this. And so those are decisions that you folks will be working with, maybe whether it's politicians or not. So I'll start with you, Brynn, and we'll go to Danielle and Grace before we get your colleagues on here. You're now in front of folks that are thinking of going to the USD Burnham-Moores Center for Real Estate. What would you tell them?
Absolutely do it. If you're on the fence, I'd say take a chance and go. It's one of the best programs for real estate in the country. I think the support that you get from your career advisors and from the professors and even the students and the people who you meet, it definitely has made my USD experience something special, not anything I would trade for the world. That
sounds great. Okay, Danielle, you get the same question now. You are being hired by Staff Karras to promote the program in front of some potential students at the center. What would you say?
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything I did personally. Picking real estate as a double major, but I would say start earlier just because I found so much joy doing real estate. So I would want students to have the opportunity to start that a little bit earlier.
That sounds good. Okay, Grace, you got the same question. What would you tell people?
I think I'll touch maybe, since they've I don't want to echo the same message, but I would touch on something that the real estate program has offered me, which is really mentorship over the years. So the USD, if you're a junior and a senior, you get a mentor for each school year, which honestly is probably been the most impactful resource that I found at USD. And I really can thank my mentors for so much advice and just expertise and knowledge that they've given me. So that's been a really fantastic part of the program, and I'm very excited to be an alumni and continue supporting the program for the future. So
you guys did great. Grace Cassar and Brynn Schuler and Danielle Dobler. They are undergraduate students at the USD Burnham-Moores Center for Real Estate. We got your colleagues coming up right afterwards. Did a great job on the podcast. We're going to have you folks come back on somewhere down the road so you can actually talk even a lot longer. We might even do a full 2-hour show with you folks over here. I think we probably couldn't even do it in 2 hours. So you did great. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest running community podcast. We're now in our 19th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for 6 decades, doing great things in San Diego County, joined by my co-host, Sophia Lee, a student filmmaker. We will be right back.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. We're back with another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We're the nation's longest-running community podcast, now in our 19th year, brought to you by Mission-Fed Credit Union. 60 years of doing great things in San Diego County, from food insecurity to financial literacy to art, now maybe even real estate. And we are with our friends from the USD Burnham-Moores Center for real estate. We got Lucca Deocariza. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes,
Okay.
Lucca Deocariza.
Thank you very much for correcting me on this. And Luke Sampson, they're undergraduate students in the USD Burnham-Moores Center for real estate. How you doing there, Luke? Good?
Great.
Beautiful.
Happy to be here.
Good. The bar was raised high by Grace and by Brynn and Danielle, but I'm very confident you guys can raise up to that over here, joined by my co-host, Sophia Lee. She's a student filmmaker. Sophia, who do you want to ask a question of first?
Can you describe the culture at USD's Burnham-Moores Center for Real Estate, and why was that important when deciding where to go to college?
Who should we ask that to, Lucca or Luke? Who do you want to ask?
Lucca.
Okay.
Yeah, I could take that one. Thank you. One thing that really stood out to me of the BMC when I first joined USD is the servant leadership shown by not just the staff, but also the students. It was very clear to me during my first tour of the business school that everyone was there to help each other. Not only were the students not elbowing each other in classes and competing for the highest grades, they were forming study groups outside of whatever the teacher was saying and trying to make sure that everyone reaches the finish line together. Not only do they do that, but also the teachers will get down in the trenches with the students and teach them about anything they really need and help with them with stuff that's outside of classes. I've been driven to sports practices and driven to the gym by teachers because I didn't have a car my freshman year, and they've really helped me out, and I really feel home at USD.
Yeah, that sounds good. How about you, Luke? How do you feel?
I feel like USD provides such a great connection from, what Luke was saying, from your peers to the teachers. It provides so much guidance, at least for me, and has allowed me to grow so much throughout my years at USD.
Right. So, and I ask the same question of your colleagues, Grace, Brynn, and Danielle. Did you have any interest in real estate before you got to the program? Or, listen, I was always interested in real estate.
Me personally, no. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Still trying to figure it out. But I went into USD, and they did such a great job of pitching it. I learned so much about the program. And then as soon as I took a couple of classes, I really think it almost found my home where I really wanted to go.
So I'm glad you wrote down this on your questionnaire, because I think it's really the poster child for success anywhere, no matter what career, and that's networking. Talk about how important that is.
Oh, networking, especially in real estate, is obviously extremely important. And the BMC has allowed me to meet so many people in the industry and attend so many different events where I've been able to make these connections. And that's not only helping me now, but going to help me after I graduate.
So what grade would you give you as a networker? Are you an A+? Are you...
I'd say a solid A.
A solid A, good. Because we have the poster child for the networking king. He's sitting right over here. Brandon Joe is my associate producer. He's a junior at UCSD. And this guy networks like you just don't know on this. Lucca, is that something you love doing too?
I love networking. That's one thing that drew me to the business school. Originally, I came into USD as a bio major. I was going to go to med school, but I realized very early on that long time and lots of student debt is not for me. And when I was exploring the different career paths brought by the different schools at USD, the first thing I went to was a business school mixer. And the first person I talked to was Jackie Grulich of the BMC. And just being able to relax and be personable with someone, not just have a surface level conversation on grades or classes, was really nice. And that's one thing that I love about networking, and that's what I bring into all facets of my life, is I like making genuine connections that are not just a transactional thing. And that's what I think core networking is. It's really getting to know the other person and seeing how you guys can lift each other up, not just an exchange.
Yeah, we're chatting with Lucca Deocariza. He is an undergraduate student at USD Burnham-Moores Center for Real Estate, joined by his colleague, Luke Sampson. I've got my co-host, Sophia Lee, got a question for you, Lucca.
Yeah, so what do you look forward to doing as part of your career path moving away from USD and graduating?
So one big thing for me is I grew up traveling and putting myself in very uncomfortable positions. So I want to get as far away from the West Coast as possible. Not because I don't love the West Coast. I would love to come back and raise a family here, but I want to experience something different. And with that, I'm looking to go to New York and hopefully work in either real estate or finance. Currently, I'm going to be interning in capital markets this summer because I am a junior. But when I graduate, I would love to find something in development, because one thing that the NAIOP University Challenge has taught me, both 2024 and 2025, is that development is a creative person's space. And that's who I resonate with, is a creative person. And I want to use my talents in the world of finance or the world of business, while also being able to have that creative outlet and develop things that people can enjoy. So to summarize, I want to go to the East Coast, far away from where I grew up, far away from home, and get uncomfortable, get in a career that really stimulates my propensity for knowledge and propensity to do well. So yes.
That sounds good. So, Luke, how about your career path? When you start Luke Sampson and Associates, effective immediately, what's that going to look like?
NAIOP has taught me so much about development. I think it has me so excited to want to pursue a career in development. So I think that I would love to stay. I'm originally from Orange County, so I'd love to either stay in Orange County or stay in San Diego. And I have no plans of leaving the West Coast.
Yeah, absolutely. East Coast can be. Have you been in East Coast weather?
Yes, sir. I interned in New York last summer.
So you know. Okay, that was in the summer?
Yes.
So 4 billion degrees and humidity the same, pretty much?
Exactly. And my interviews were during the dead of winter, so freezing, not used to being out of my board shorts and flip-flops.
I was just going to say here, probably wasn't looking too good when you were out there ice skating in shorts and flip-flops and all that business. I know, Sophia, you have another question to ask.
Yeah, Lucca, this is a follow-up question. What is the most uncomfortable place that you've been as part of BMC?
As part of BMC, I don't think uncomfortable is the correct word for this, but maybe we're going to reframe it as out of my element, because I think uncomfortable is something connotated as negative, but out of my element is something that allows someone to grow, correct? So last year, I was a part of the 2024 NAIOP team, and I was a sophomore. I was the first sophomore to do it for USD, and I was very nervous. I was surrounded by seniors that have been interning in industry, have parents that have been killing it in the field. And so I was totally out of my element. On top of that, it was my first time really speaking on stage in front of 100, 200 people. And when I was presenting my project, something that I was very passionate about, it was very uncomfortable for me, very out of my element, but the words flowed because it was something that I had worked very hard on all year, surrounded by amazing colleagues brought to me by the BMC. And it was one of the best experiences I've ever had in college.
Mm-hmm. And do you think exposure to experiences like this, very, very stressful experiences where you have to perform under pressure, how does this prepare you for the real estate industry moving forward?
I mean, this competition is as real as it gets. That's what everyone says. So we are taking the development proposal, everything from idea inception all the way through proposal and financing it and all of that. So that is exactly what you do in the real world when you are a developer. And that is the greatest experience that the BMC can give anyone, that any college can give their students, is putting them in the seat of what they're going to be doing in the future.
Right. So here's one for you, Luke. So what characteristics are going to make you great at what you're going to do in your career?
I'd say I'm very driven, very personal person. And I think that will allow me to open so many gateways and different paths in my career.
And you love the network.
I love the network.
Yeah, yeah. And, I got to tell you something. We say this all the time when we have, students on, or high school students and all that business, that the best you can do is get to know people. Take advantage of who's going to be coming. You don't know what you're going to see them on the way up or on the way down or in between and all that aspect of it. And, old people like me, I'm really not that old, but love to reach out and make connections for folks, open doors and and so forth in that area. I'll ask the same question of you, Luke, and Lucca, that we asked your colleagues, Grace, Brynn, and Danielle. You are now paid to go ahead and promote the center, and now you're in front of a bunch of prospective students. What would you say to them?
I'd say the BMC will open so many different doors for you throughout your career and your time in college, and really just help you grow. There's so much different resources to go to. If that's, I don't know, you like different networking events or counseling, or you're trying to try different things, you get internships. I think it allows a new student to really find themselves when they're searching for something to do.
No, that sounds great. All right, Lucca, you're up.
I totally agree. I will preface this by saying, if you're looking just to check in and check out of class, Burnham-Moores Center is not for you. But if you're looking to make genuine connections with your professors and the students around you, people that will support you in industry during college and after, the BMC is the place for you, because I have countless stories of times where professors have opened doors for me or supported me in ways that no other teacher has my entire life. And honestly, no other mentor has my entire life. And that was all brought to me by my choice to go to USD.
Well, listen, I am so impressed with you and with Luke and with Brynn and with Danielle and Grace. We are making the same offer to everybody here. We want you to come on for multiple experiences on the show. We could have had each one of you had your own 27 minutes and still wouldn't have covered everything on it. And you all come from different perspectives, different backgrounds, but now you're one and working together. And it's all about team. And I think you folks are going to be very, very successful. And we'll see how the competition goes. So Luke and Lucca, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. You've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest running community podcast. We're in our 19th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, 6 decades of doing great things in San Diego County. Another fine job by my co-host, Sophia Lee. I'm so grateful that you are sitting in the catbird seat. And for our audience, we hope you enjoyed the interview.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.